saunas and drinking this warm tea. So hello everyone, here is Pt2 speaking. This is the Power Awakening podcast. Nicolas is with me in this episode. This is the second part, so check out the previous one if you just clicked on this, because we already talked about how to get into balance, some part of Nicolas' Power Awakening and losses, why it's important to have tools to make sure that you can get yourself together when it's a difficult time. And we will explore Nicolas' Power Awakening and losses, the groups he organized and techniques he used in this episode. So before we get there, those who still decide to watch this because they just get this link, can you please introduce yourself to the audience?
So my name is Nicolas Canyon, and I'm here again and having these interesting talks about life and about how I get here, about occupation as a sauna master, facilitator, and my life path.
You mentioned in the previous episode that you participated in men's groups where you noticed that so many people have similar issues and those people come together and help each other to develop and grow.
Yeah.
How did you go forward after these experiences? When did you had the first time when you felt like you could also, or you want to hold this kind of space?
That was a good question. I just think I would just throw myself into it after I was in a Swedish men's group also, when it's more live than just sitting on a camera and doing this retreat. And I take combining things from different, like Sacred Trance or other men's group I've been with, and find myself as a facilitator and how I wanted to go in. So at the same time, taking a little bit of the Christmas table of everything and to combine it in my kind of way instead of just trying it out. And I think it still was a bit of my journey to be, he's doing something. I want to be seen, still then, to be improved because, wow, it's so beautiful, you're doing men's work and blah, 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 you can hear. And today it's that wound to be validated is almost gone. I'm being very honored to be a tool in something much bigger and to be inspiring someone to go the road and taking off the masks that I'm still doing until today, and seeing my ego like, whoa, to reflect directly like, oh, now I'm in this trap again, and seeing this judgment, like when I'm working with some plant medicine, and the plant medicine is often saying to me, don't judge people, don't judge yourself. And just the talk after the sauna yesterday when I had a full moon ceremony, I see, shit, I judge myself and I judge other people still this weekend. Like why I'm so hard to myself. But with talking about it and acknowledging it, then it changed, So on that question, it made a little bit of detour, but I just threw myself into it, and let's try to put up a men's circle and have it sometimes and in different formats. So one is still going, one I had now for maybe 2 years or more. We meet every Sunday online and having accountability. Every week we put out our accountabilities. And just having 1 hour meeting, to meditate together, to check in fastly how the week has done and how the accountability has been, and finishing with a closing meditation.
In the beginning, when you said you participated a few places, and then you had your hand gestures like picking spices. Before that, I already had in my mind that it's like a recipe, that Italian recipe, Polish recipes and all this, and at the end you find your own way of making a dish, because you know what, a bit of this, a bit of that. And basically that's a very nice creative way of creating something new, because you basically absorbed what works for you the best, and from this and that places, and then just generate a unique one that just combines the way that you feel like I can lead it in this way, and I can help in this way, and having these realizations about the ego and the mask and all this is part of life. What we are doing as facilitators, we help people to be more conscious about this, because if you're unconsciously just live and act because of getting this kind of inputs, that kind of input is a negative one or not, or it's a compliment or how. So you have to figure out what's going on inside here, and these groups, people can open up about this, and everybody can, and the facilitator can assist to help everyone become aware of what's going on inside, why I'm judging people, for example, or why I'm thinking this way or that way, why this hurts or not. So exploring ourselves in a safe place, this is what the groups gives. And the facilitators are not Buddhas, and not we are not sitting in a cave and just meditating and don't do life and just being very spiritual. We are also humans, so we have our own practice, which is our own life.
Yes.
So it's totally normal. And the good thing where everybody should get is to be aware of these thoughts as soon as possible. Because how we can mess up connections and situations in our lives, not being aware in time, not reacting in time in the right manner, and then you end up in a much more difficult conversation or situation that this could be if you just handle things in time. So self-awareness, situation awareness, this is what basically groups can give, as just highlighting one or two things from a group's experience. What else can you tell us about your group facilitations? Like, what is your way of, what is your recipe that helps people, that you can help people, those who live in Oslo and want to visit?
Yeah.
What is on
Maybe this is gonna trigger people, and it's good. You're welcome to be triggered, but it's my presence, you know. The authenticity that I want to come back when you're saying to build something authentically, and to being yourself is the most important thing. And if you trigger someone, or being liked or disliked, it's a gift. And when you can see this, so with me is I got a really nice comment back yesterday. The woman came to me again in the spa, and she was saying, wow, I remember you 4 years ago, and you were like, wow, like this, and now you're so balanced. But this is my way of practicing and doing something. Before maybe I started, then I can't say it. Maybe it was like, oh, I need to do this. Now I just going in, and I'm just being myself and holding the space in a safe way, even if it's in the sauna or in a circle. I'm taking time to see the person, what's needed, to be present, you know, and to being there in the moment, what's going to be created. So that is my gift, just to being myself, that everything is allowed. I'm not better than anyone, I'm not worse than anyone, we all are equal, you know. And not a figure of speech, nothing kumbaya, my lord, but really to seeing yourself and the gift you are. This is, I think it's important as a facilitator. Because it's easy to lose it and think you are better than someone, maybe because you read a book and you have done this and you have more knowledge, you have more practices, you have done this, but you're not. If you can be a humble guru, mentor, teacher, facilitator, then you understand the key. And for me, these persons get the respect.
I like what you said, because I feel what can help a lot, because you said that people can just be authentic, just be themselves. There's no judgments, you are just there with your presence.
Yeah.
And why this is a big help, because many people wear the mask
Exactly.
to fit into the workplace, fit into the friends environment. And actually, in the well, I had also a conversation with a guy. He saw my tattoos and he stopped me and asked about the tattoos. And he said, after a while, we were talking like it's very good to talk with me. So if I don't mind, can he buy something just to drink together? He just want to talk because he cannot connect with his friends. They are not really into those topics that like deep topics. They are more shallow, and he just find himself not socializing because he just cannot connect to people because he cannot be himself. He have to always put on the mask when he's with friends. So I said, yeah, of course. And we were sitting down and he was talking so much. And I said, it's so good that you have so good topics. You could just go to any kinds of groups we have because it's great to listen to. And he felt emotional because he said he was feeling like he just doesn't fit in to anywhere because of this, that he have like different perspectives he developed already in ways that his friends didn't. I said, yeah, I can tell you, you are a great guy, and just meet those who are inspiring you, who likes to be with you because you have great topics. You are very open-minded. He was a turn-on guy. He was a supervisor in a car mechanic shop, and he also mentioned how he deals with certain difficult situations. It was really good to hear it. And he said he's drinking alcohol because he just tried to relax because he have this tension. Is because of wearing the mask. So basically, what you said, having a group where you just show up without having the mask or needing to having a mask and just be you, it's already a great help.
For sure.
Some people enter relationships where they cannot be themselves. So you need the groups to get out and talk about those topics as well. Because this can lead to out of the relationship, because if you cannot be yourself in a relationship, probably things need to be changed. Or before you get into a relationship, again, you should practice how to maintain yourself without having the mask on. So your group sounds very interesting and a really good place. Is it only for men's?
Yeah, this kind of concept, yeah. But like I said, I'm narrowing it down, so it's doing the most just in the saunas these days. But this talks after or before, like sauna master is not for me only doing the sauna ceremony. It's how I meet people afterwards that is the most important thing, and people needs to talk, maybe needs to be seen. It's a little bit combined because there is a man, woman, any age at all that I put out, and to narrow down the time because I want the time for myself because I became my best friend. I found myself, and I want the time for my partner because you don't know what's gonna happen the next second. So I really want to cherish the time a lot with myself and with my partner to have the balance to give back to others. So I would wish I could facilitate more. I would wish I could do it both for men and women. I would wish I could do much more with sound therapy because I want to do it for all ages with sound therapy because going into sounds is something very special with frequency therapy.
And you came from a very difficult environment. Those who's already know the previous episode, you talked about your childhood a little bit and how difficult life was. And being in this situation, as you said, you have lots of plans. What would you like to do? What you like to do already, and what you wish to do more. It just shows that it's many times when people do self-development work, they don't see the progress because they think things just very quick and changing very quick. I used to tell them just look back to yourself in that age and that age and that age. Where are you now in comparison?
Good
Did you
point.
develop? Did you change? Of course. I mean, those who's doing the work already, they can feel and see. Like, okay. Last year, I was not even conscious about my masks and my thoughts. I was not really aware of what I'm thinking and why. And now I catch these. I'm aware. No? So you're already much more ahead.
For sure.
So your example is just shows everyone doing the inner work, facing the difficult times with the right mindset, because you said you had the right mindset to face the challenges. And this just changed everything.
Yeah, it does. It does change a bit, but I can't say. Yeah, I want to say it changed a lot because I want to be 100% true always with my words. I'm very careful what words I use and what I'm doing because words are powerful. It's magic also, what you're saying to yourself or to others. But try to having this, like we talked in the last episode. Why is the universe doing this for me and not to me? It's easy for me and you to sit and talk about groups or tools, but when you are in a hard situation, it's hard for us to catch ourselves. Okay, I'm there again. I'm putting myself as a victim. I'm angry. Or in what I see, a relationship with a partner is the biggest thing for me. I haven't a child. I know when a child is coming, it's a big mirroring of yourself. But in a relationship, the hard things comes up to surface, and how we work together is another thing. And it hasn't been easy for me before. But it's if you have the communication, it's the best way to really self-develop, and the power awakening I think can happen a lot in a partner relationship.
And because it's difficult, as you said, sometimes difficult means power losses can easily happen.
Yeah.
Because maybe the partners just say something that I personally take like, I'm not good enough. Power loss happens.
Yeah.
And what you do with that? Because many people who just cannot deal with this, they try to get out of that, numb themselves, for example, or just being somewhere else, overtime at work, more work, not being at home, going to somewhere else instead of home, just avoiding the place where they face to these things. So when I talk about the power awakening, it is always important to highlight proactive work. I'm a health and safety manager, so at work we always say you have to be proactive, because when we are reactive, we already faced something that happened, and now we have to find a way of fixing it, reacting. So being proactive means, for example, taking your example, going to the groups where I can be myself, talk openly, practice this. For men it's very difficult, and once you get to the right place, it becomes more easy, because it's a safe space. Nobody will say any bad word about what you say. Everybody just accepting. And in these places, once you feel comfortable talking about your emotions, then in your relationship, it's more easy, even if it's a hard one, because it's a partnership and I have to be the man. Still, you will have more chance to talk about difficult situations and not running away from them. So when I hear the difficulties, I also hear like, okay, my next question is, what have you done to prevent the difficult situation? Because that's what people basically realize, like, oof, now I have a divorce, now I have kids, now I have a lot of difficult situation. How I solve it? I just work and relax at the couch watching TV, scrolling on the phone. Now I have a divorce and I have to restart my life. What can I do with this? My life falling apart. So many times people have this in mind.
Yeah.
I have some colleagues of mine getting out of this kind of mindset and just think about why God or why the universe give this challenge. Because once you take it as a task to deal with, for example, maybe that's your call to go and finally do the inner work, find a therapist who will help you process what happened, and then some mentors, some groups, some teachers who can help you to find the tools that can help you to regain your power. I just listen these topics quite frequently.
It's good.
So
It's important topics.
who knows who clicks on this video and have to hear it.
Worldwide.
Cannot repeat it enough time.
No way. And like now I want to talk to everyone, but we know that the suicide rate of men, middle-aged men, is high because often they have put everything inside in the relationship, and then you're sitting there by yourself and you have a hard time to reach out to someone. And this is why the groups can be so important, that you're never alone and that you're encouraged to get help, saying, well, I need help. I really need help on my way. So it's so important because of this society that we're living in now, that I'm always had a hard time to be a part of, Like I said in the previous, being normal, I don't like to be called that. Or I respect the people that worked Monday to Friday, but I have created my own life that I can choose more how to work. Because you're gonna have the mortgage, you have children, you have this, you have the social medias. Just since I was a small, like, we didn't have this addiction. Like, if you're having a free time, if you go on the subways, you see people are sitting in the phones like this, like a slave. If you're having your lunch break, you're sitting with the phone and scrolling because of the dopamine. It's like made for you to get sucked in, and don't sit with yourself. And even me, when I came here, I like just standing by the subway and seeing this beautiful nature and like remember, like, wow, stop up, take a break, and just breathe. And it became one of my accountability list, to just breathe, just stop up. And that's what I want to say to all people. Just stop, breathe deep. And you can have the groups, you can have different medicines, you can have so many different tools, therapists, plant medicine, whatever. But you are your own medicine, and that is the breath. The breath has helped me the most of everything. When I understand, I control my nervous system by breathing and different techniques. And it's for free. You don't need to go to a group. You don't need to go to a doctor. You just need to breathe.
What breathing can give you? What do you experience when you stop at, for example, the difficult situation, or when you just want to be in the moment?
Yeah, you have so many different breathing techniques. I have in my morning practice, I do 20 minutes of guided breathing techniques into the yogic traditions also, with movements and to waking up the nervous system. And one that changed my life is the Vipassana, when you go in silent retreat for 10 days. And the ones that you're focusing is in the breathing. And this changed my life. This was a power awakening in my life, to go into this silent retreat for 10 days. Was like sitting in a prison. And I was always, okay, I'm gonna sit in prison sometimes. I've always been prepared to do this. Because when you're going in there, you don't have any rights, you're taking away the rights to call, to write, to do your morning practice. It's only this you do from the early morning to late night. Every day you're doing these meditation techniques that is kind of way observing the breath. And for me it's horrible, but it's like I said to myself to do it once a year. I've done it twice, and I'm gonna go this year too. And short summary, like, is the gift I got that the first time that I really felt the wound from my mother from Colombia that adopted me. I understand, how hard it is to give away your own child. So I was sitting and crying by the table, eating my lunch, and I just sit up in the spirit, like, I understand you, I thank you, and I see you. And after many years of out and forward to search for her, 2 days when I came out from this retreat, I got a mail that they found my mother in Colombia. So these days we are reunited. So maybe some people want to say it's coincidence. Maybe some people want to say that the energies was matching, my prayers or my words were there. But again, the power of manifestation. I really wanted to find my family again, and then give my family back in Colombia. So my mother and brother, I have.
Yeah, if I would not know anything about manifestation, I would be surprised. But
Yeah, you know it. We talked about it before.
but this is, yeah, it's very beautiful that basically the obstruction that you had, that you had hard feelings, probably like why I'm not with my family. And then once you got to the point that you forgive and understood, that was the time when you cleared your mind, you connected, and then a blockage that was there removed by this, feeling the safety in yourself, letting yourself to feel emotions, and then the family appears. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's amazing. But I'm still a bit in the mind what you say at the well you're meeting there, and you meet this guy and you can have this talk and he could lift things from his chest. What I believe, everything is happening for a reason. Everything is a synchronicity in the right divine timing. So even with the bad things, when you can understand the most bad things in your life can be a blessing. So the smallest little things, if you go this road instead of that, and that meeting or that has a reason. I often say it's like a hand. You can go there, you can go there, you can go there, but in the middle way is maybe the right way for you, but nothing is wrong. So the smallest little meeting, if you're just being in the present, that is not the easiest way to be, that or that I know, that I'm still working on, to be in the present, to really feel and see things.
Yeah, and this is one of the most important tools I can tell you in this episode, finding something that helps you to just be in the present, just observe, for example, what is in front of you, the nature, and just don't let yourself distracted. And it can be also watching a candle light. It's dancing, it's nice, it takes your focus basically. Okay, you can focus on a dancing light. But in the meditations I do with people in groups and one-to-ones, for example, is the body scan meditation. It's again your body. You just keep your focus on your body. Of course, then people just have a big round and then come back, because this is the easier meditation. It's called the wide focus meditation. The narrow focus meditation is the Buddhist meditation with imagine the Buddha and then the mantras, and then these two only in my mind. It's very hard, but body scan is one of the easy method. Everybody can find something. I working offshore, so I just go out and watch the waves and all kinds of patterns that are appearing on the water. And I just, with that, I don't think about anything. I just want to watch what the water is doing around me. So these things help you to just calm down and check in. What is inside me? How I feel? How is my body? Is there any tension? Am I relaxed? If not, what is in my mind? If I reach out to my phone, why I want to reach out to my phone? Why I want to spend my lunchtime or all day on my phone? Just stop and ask yourself. So self-awareness, this gives a lot of help to yourself. Why is the only person who can answer is you? why I escaping from this, why I want to just scroll all day. One thing as a closing point, you mentioned suicide rate very high, and in that time what came up in my mind, many times these people don't share, don't talk to anyone, they just in this down spiral. But as a proactive work, if they would have a place to check in weekly, to go and meet people and have a safe space to talk, they already know that I can tell that my life is falling apart, I have a very bad time. And everybody's there, yeah?
Yes.
Thank you for sharing it, and tell more. How can we help? How can we hold this space for you? Maybe there was another 3 of the participants who already had life falling apart 2 times, and they can say, okay, I feel you, I know how is it. I did this way. And the others say, I did that way. And then again, as you said, you see that you are not the only one who has difficult time.
Exactly.
And everybody can get up from there. So I hope this episode will find the right people. And please always share every episode where you feel that you have someone who should listen to this or hear these informations we discussed, because you don't know how big help is this can be for someone. So thank you again.
Yes, thank you.
And see you next time. And please like and subscribe, because YouTube will just show the very, very, very big podcasts and videos, and not this one that is very important to save lives, make people happy. So a click and even a comment, I know that one helps a lot.
That is good. Sharing is caring.
Yeah. Thank you.